Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you for having me. My name is Mohammad, one of the co-founders of Arterial Solutions. I would like to thank the organizing committee for inviting me to speak with you today. Today, I'll be presenting on how we have built Arterial Solutions from the ground up on the behalf of my colleagues from Arterial Solutions. And I thought the best way to convey my message is to share with you the top 5 key lessons that I've learned along the way while exploring the field of entrepreneurship for the first time. The first advice actually I give everyone is finding a mentor. Finding an individual who's an expert within the field and who's actually done science and business in general in the past is a crucial finding. And to solidify this advice, I'm going to share with you on how I stumbled into actually our idea that generated Arterial Solutions. I was recruited to U of T back in 2016, and as an early career scientist, I was very keen on investigating basic sciences in medicine. I was looking into a disease called peripheral arterial disease, or in short, PAD. After a number of years of work, we stumbled across a major breakthrough within the field where we identified a specific red flag or a marker for the disease PAD. I was so excited about these findings, so I shared them with my mentor. My plan was to publish these findings because, as you know, in science, I mean, we need publications in order to gain tractions, in order to get apply for funding and to allow the story to move forward. But as I was, of course, excited talking to my mentor, he mentioned to me if I've considered patenting my idea. Well, I said, well, honestly, I have not even considered this. And could I patent something like this? Well, he told me, I think you should consider it, and give me some food for thought. That's when I went home and looked into the components of what basically makes up a patent and what's patent and whatnot. And we learned that there's 3 major components for a patent. Your idea needs to be novel, shouldn't be basically previously disclosed. It should be innovative. It's not basically an obvious solution for the end users, and should have a good utility. So our idea actually checks all these findings, whereby this is the first and only blood test for peripheral arterial disease. It's low in cost, it's very simple to use, with an excellent sensitivity and specificity. So it's something that we should definitely consider to patent. And if I discussed this with a mentor, if I had somebody who had prior knowledge within the field, I would have definitely published my findings and moved on. This would have made my idea null and void in terms of disclosure and would have not basically allowed me to be in the position I'm in right now. So I advise any early entrepreneurs or early career scientists to always keep that in the back of their mind. And we need to think outside the box in terms of how to present our data, what's publishable, what should be patent prior to publication, etc. The second advice I will give everybody is basically construct a team that shares the same vision as you do. So back to our story. So we stumbled on this breakthrough. We've done extensive work on it, and we're very confident on this. So right now we need to move forward, and to do so, in order to get a patent at our academic institution, actually, and most institutions in general, you'll need to present your idea to your intellectual technology transferring office, or the Office of Technology and Licensing. The office will review your idea. We'll see if there's any patentability to it, if there's any prior art. And if everything checks out, the patent will be filed, and then you need to identify an optimal commercialization path. We followed this process. We met with our tech transfer office. They loved the idea. We filed a patent, and then they looked at me and told me, okay, you need to start a business and you need to find a way that we can commercialize this. So then and there I realized, actually, I'm a scientist, I'm not a businessman. And actually my original intentions were to publish this, not to build a business. So I lacked the know-hows on how we can start a business and can we start a business and what to do. So at that point said, okay, I'm not alone. I'm always with someone, and we need to figure this out. So that's when I realized the power of the team. So we started as a small team initially. It was myself, one of my graduate students, and of course my mentor, Dr. Rodstein. So three of us said, okay, we need to fund Arterial Solutions. So we all co-fund the company. And our path is to get this marker to the end users. And to do so, we need to go through specific challenges and hurdles, and we can do it together. So having that support and having the previous experience of somebody who's done this before within your team will significantly improve your chances of success. The third lesson I learned is basically opportunities basically don't come knocking on your door. You need to go find them. In our situation, and just like in the quote, actually, they won't present themselves. So you need to knock down the door. And that's when we said, okay, now we're going to get the sledgehammer and we're going to knock down every opportunity that we have that basically we come across in order to start to move forward. And we need to, and what I recommend everybody is to basically, even if it's a small pitch or small opportunity, you need to basically take that chance and apply for it. It might be a small success. I need to celebrate these small successes. For example, this is Mohammad presenting at our first pitch ever for our biomarker Arterial alerts, and we were very fortunate in winning basically winning the top prize. Although it was financially, quote unquote, a small amount of money, however, it's success, and I recommend that such an opportunity needs to be explored, and of course needs to be celebrated. That allowed us to gain some traction. And then we end up being confident and presenting and pitching at other competitions. You might recognize the three individuals on the left. I don't think they need any introductions, but this was a major event in Toronto where basically we presented our finding, and we were awarded once again a top prize for our idea. So once again, more revenue is being generated. However, it's not only about the revenue, it's about basically the credibility. So we gain, of course, a lot of tractions from the audience and a lot of momentum for us to keep on moving forward. Thereafter this, basically, we enrolled in the program ECHO, and more on ECHO in a few minutes. Allowed us to go through the program, once again, present our findings through a competition, and we were one of the fortunate teams who successfully won the final prize. And last but not least, from our most recent opportunity that we got from Parex is basically a small grant that we got. So it might look like small amount of money here and there, but but it will all add up. And number two, it's these small successes that will make you a better candidate for the big pitch or the final pitch that we'll need to move forward. This money, you can use it for many things just to grow your business. So but these opportunities won't be readily available if you don't look for them. So you need to go around, hustle, and identify these opportunities, go through the process, pitch, and give it your best, and hopefully you'll be one of the successful ones. With the money that we got, we gained significant amount of traction in order to basically develop business opportunities across the globe. And right now we're in negotiations and discussions with a number of companies worldwide for our idea on how to get basically our invention to the end users. So it might seem like it's a little small wins and pitches that we won here and there, but all of them together actually give us the momentum that we need. So I highly recommend that you need to explore every opportunity that's available to you. And number two, you need to celebrate these opportunities. The fourth advice I'll give, which is extremely important in my opinion, is not to be afraid to ask for help. And some people perceive asking for help as a weakness, but on the contrary, it is a strength. I also mentioned this to my residents in clinical practice. You're never alone. There's always somebody somewhere that can help you out, whether it's a clinical problem or a difficult case or a challenging clinical presentation, but you need to ask for help. So going back to our story, so we don't know how to start a business. We said, okay, how we can do this? So we looked at different opportunities and we stumbled across ECHO. And if it wasn't for ECHO, and I especially thank Soror and Craig Simmons for this, we won't be here at the moment. Through ECHO, we learned the essentials and the foundations needed to start a startup. And through ECHO, basically, we built our network in order to be recognized as hopefully one of the successful startups at the GTA. So thank you for all of the ECHO organizers. While enrolling in ECHO, the ECHO program, it actually introduced us to some other incubation hubs within the city. And then we came across H2I. And I can't thank the founders and the brainchilds behind H2I. So shout out to Andres, Paul, and Joseph. H2I, if you don't know about it, it's a fantastic incubator and hub within the GTA. The amount of mentorship you're going to get from H2I is phenomenal. The networks they're going to build, they're going to establish through H2I is also fantastic. So over the past 24 months, we've been working very closely with our H2I mentors and within the H2I network that allowed us to talk to regulatory guys, lawyers, FDA guys. So it gave us an excellent network of individuals whom will help us to succeed and move forward. And of course, they introduced us to other hubs and incubators within the city, just like UTES and Lab to Market. So by working closely within this network of learning programs within the city, we were able to improve our team. We were able to seek help and ask for advice from people who've done it before and actually done extremely well and started a business from early on to basically major big companies. And I just mentioned a few. However, across the city, you'll get to know that there's many incubation centers within your reach. So all of these should be opportunities that needs to be knocked on and explored in order to improve on your networking abilities in order to also hopefully make you a successful startup company, which we've utilized and capitalized and allowed us to advance and move forward. Last but not least is basically there is no easy road to success. Once again, that due to our naiveness, we thought that this is going to be very easy. We'll get a patent, we'll publish a few papers after this, a company will license our patent, and we're going to basically cash in all of the royalties. So I thought my plan was solid. We made the business plan. We made basically a strategy. We established our teams. We have these opportunities. So we got everything in line to be successful. And I thought it was going to be a straight shot to that finish line, and we're going to basically be successful, and we're going to be in good hands. However, reality isn't the same. Living the field of entrepreneurship and going through a startup and actually going through the different steps needed for you to move it from an idea to a usable tool. You're gonna run into major challenges. You're gonna run into failures, but remember that you have mentors who've done this before, will help you overcome the challenges. You have a good network of individuals that you already established that will help you to learn from your failures and not do those again. And you also have the opportunities that you've knocked on to fund you to keep on moving forward. So although the reality, your path to success will look extremely challenging, you've already acquired some tools that will help you to overcome these challenges. So with this in mind, I mean, we've been very productive over the past 4 to 5 years. So we did some R&D and validation studies on our biomarker. We tested on a large number of patients. We filed for patents. Right now, we're in the final stages of negotiating licensing agreements between us and our academic institutions. We're also halfway through a nationwide study in order to finally validate our biomarker prior to us ultimately commercializing our idea and reaching the end goal. So we're almost there. It's a long path, and there are going to be many hurdles along the way, but it's something that's manageable, and it's a great journey. So what I recommend is to enjoy this process. It's a fantastic fantastic journey to go through, but you need to know that on how you can cash on this journey. So if it wasn't for the mentors that we have, or the networks that we established, or a team with opportunities, we won't be here. So in brief, that was my 5 key learning points or lessons I've learned over the past number of years on how to establish a business as an early career scientist. I'm pretty sure a lot of people will resonate with this, will have similar ideas, but was some of the thoughts that I thought is important. So I won't take too much of your time. So I would like to thank you again for tuning in and listening to this presentation. Also thank the organization committee for giving me these opportunities. And once again, thanking H2I and ECHO for the opportunity they've given me. And we'll be happy to discuss any questions you might have at the Q&A session. Thank you.